Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Monogatari series of season and Monster Season episode 6. But before that, let's talk about last episode. And man, there's a lot I want to talk about because, if you remember, I got a headache, right when the episode was ending. So I didn't feel like talking about it. And so, which is a shame because I really liked that episode. But yeah, now I'm here and I can do it. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it yesterday when it came out. But, today's today. So yeah, let's start when they are talking about the strategy that they are going to use. About, very early in the episode, about using Flirty Nadeko and Wrath Nadeko to take down the other two. And yeah, this is not what I was thinking when Ononoki told current Nadeko that she could use the other two to fight now. I thought she was just talking, metaphorically / symbolically. I mean, obviously it can still be taken that way. But she was also saying it literally. And similarly to Nadeko's thinking, I was like, surely she cannot mean literally. Because this whole thing started because we wanted to use them. But then she brings up the fire line. Okay, what is it? Yeah. Is it alright to fail and then just end it there? Nadeko doesn't understand, so she says, challenging once, failing, and saying you'll never do it again is not the correct attitude to take for someone chasing their dreams. And honestly, for one, that's definitely very fitting for Ononoki to say. She's had quite the poignant lines before, and this one fits right in with those. But also, yeah, she's right. Like, yeah, we could go and do it in a more safer way, but then it's like, it would kind of be missing the point of what Nadeko has been trying to do from the beginning. I mean, the whole thing about being a mangaka, it's not about just, well, I tried to do it this way, okay, then I guess I'm gonna give up and never do it again. Like, no. It's about, keep on trying and trying and trying, failing many times until the time that you do succeed, it happens. But it won't happen if you just give up so early. So that was really good. I loved that. And you can tell that Nadeko really took that to heart, considering the reaction that she has right after. And even Ononoki tells her, well, if you don't want to do this, then I'm not gonna force you. But yeah, like that, there's also something else you wanted to do by doing this, which was the whole Gain thing, about being considered harmless. And, well, Nadeko hadn't forgotten about that, but she was self-consciously trying to lean into these heroes' way. But she was kind of given a bit of a wake-up call by Ononoki. But yeah, I kind of glossed over it, but yeah, the plan is basically to use Wrath Nadeko and well, it was Flirty Nadeko against the other two, but in a way that they don't basically they don't team up with the other two, and it's now 4-2. And then we have Nadeko just thinking about like, oh, I guess it is time for me to overcome my past self. I guess it took too long. Which I don't quite agree, but you know, she's thinking about herself, so obviously she's gonna be more self-critical. And she starts thinking about all the other versions that there is of her. Everything that she thinks makes them. This way I have to take them and connect them to myself. Man, this is so big. And then we got into the opening. Okay. And after that, we go into a library. And yeah, we got there because of Ononoki's hand that is attached to God Nadeko. And the location for it, like, obviously, I think current Nadeko mentioned it at some point that, you know, it is fitting because that was where she was researching the snakes and stuff for when she was cursed back in Bake. But I also think it's fitting because it's very adjacent to the dream that she's chasing as well. Oh yeah, and then they're talking about like, oh, what was the plan? Oh, rather, what is a plan B? In case Nadeko didn't really want to use the Shikigami that she has again. So it was to use Kiss Shot to eat the Shikigami. So I was like, I can definitely see why Ononoki would have had that in her back pocket. And well, you know, at first I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, you can ask Kiss Shot for help, or rather Shinobu now. And it's like, well, for one, it's like, how are you gonna contact her? I guess she has Aranagi's number. Does Ononoki have a cell phone? I guess it doesn't matter right now, but yeah, I was like, I mean, Shinobu doesn't really have any reason to help Nadeko. She doesn't care for her. And in fact, I would say like she most likely even resents her a little. But well, like, if Araragi found out though, I would say like he would help, but I don't know if he'd even come himself, you know? He already promised to himself that he would never interact with Nadeko again. So maybe he'd be somewhere nearby, but he would go to so that Shinobu can go help. But obviously, even that, like, Nadeko wants to avoid that. Because, you know, that whole thing with Araragi, it's so complicated. And it's something that she also wants to live in the past. But I feel like she'll have to... I mean, I don't want her to interact with Araragi again. I do feel like it's for the best. But, you know, inside her head, I do want her to be like, I want her to all be okay, you know, with his, how should I say this? With the presence that he had in her life. You know, it kind of feels like, I mean, I don't think she regrets having been in contact with him for, you know, what we saw in the past. But I do get a feeling that she definitely wonders, well, I've definitely caused a lot of problems for him. So I feel like, you know, it's very similar to how Araragi feels towards her. So yeah, I don't want to ever feel like I owe him something again. He's already done so much for me. Something along those lines. I want her to come into terms with that. But yeah, they go into the bookstore and they start, they realize that there's no people in this bookstore because of Mick Nadeko's ability of keeping everyone away. And the plan was like to use one Shikigami for another Shikigami. Flirty Nadeko for Meek Nadeko, and Wrath Nadeko for God Nadeko. Of course, the plan was never going to go exactly as planned, but still. Nadeko found Meek Nadeko, so she was gonna go confront her by herself because she couldn't really warn Ononoki. But she still had a strange sensation that something was off. So at first I thought like, oh, it's because Meek Nadeko is actually been playing, all along with God Nadeko. Or rather, she's been, their partners in crime rather than she's being used by her. And I don't think that's the case anymore. I think the strange sensation is simply that the thing that was missing was all the Lombard Nadekos in the second floor. That's that's the strange sensation. I'm not gonna go and say that it's disappointing that Meek Nadeko met her end like this, because some of it, does come from me expecting something specific and then it doesn't happen. So it's kind of like, no, it's definitely on me for putting expectations that probably weren't there ever at all. But I would be lying if I said it wasn't a bit of a shame, in my opinion, if Meek Nadeko's role in the arc / story ends like this. But yeah, she tries to exorcise her, and then all the bookshelves start falling. And then we have like a beautiful, like, Nadeko having her last thoughts before death. And it has one of the best lines in the episode, which is, and even arc. Here. Even if you could choose how to die, it would be a process of elimination at best. That's why people should be choosing how to live. Like, damn. And then while she's thinking that, we see all the versions of her. And man, it just hits hard. Like, yeah, you can definitely tell that Nadeko has a lot of regrets about all the ways that she's chosen how to live. Because for her, they're probably not even ways to live, because a lot of them felt kind of forced on her. Or even her not really using all she had to her advantage. Or just not having the courage to finally say what she really wanted to do. Oh, and this one is so curious to me. I should have had more proper fights with everyone. Instead of keeping to herself, she wanted to actually have more interactions with people and just, like, even if it was like quarreling and they weren't seeing eye to eye, she still wanted to try. Man, just thinking about it more, it's actually making me a little emotional. Like, of all things, this is what she's thinking moments before she thinks she's going to die. This is the thing that she wishes she would have done more. And she thinks back, like, if I had been different, maybe I could have been friends with Senju Ahara and Shinobu. Ah, that hurts. But of course, she doesn't die. Why? Because Flirty Nadeko comes out and stops the bookshelf that was gonna crush her. And she says, if you hadn't given me such an unfashionable name, I wouldn't have minded being on your side from the very beginning. And how I took this is that basically, if Nadeko hadn't like basically pushed her into a little box just by labeling her as Flirty Nadeko and nothing else, and giving her only those specific characteristics, she basically didn't make her a whole person. And with that alone, like, of course, Flirty Nadeko would feel upset. Not just her, but all of them. They're not Nadeko, they're just one small part of her. Oh man, and that line, the one about effort? Oh man, I can't. I'm making such a desperate effort. What the heck am I doing? Yeah, she was one of the ones who were like, ugh, you should just stop doing all this effort. Surely you don't want to do it as well. And current Nadeko was like, oh, that must be what I'm thinking also, deep down. But then literally one of the ones who was saying that is doing all of this effort just so that current Nadeko can live and keep pursuing her dream. That's also, they both can be true. They don't want to make the effort, but at the same time, it's also in them to want to do it. Oh, if you could, I'd appreciate it if you could hurry. I was irritated. Yeah. In return, you have to draw me even cuter next time. Now, you could take that literally as like, you know, if she ever makes another Shikigami, then do draw her better, you know, with the better skills that she's going to gain as a mangaka. Versus just symbolically, metaphorically, in the future, once she gains the confidence to actually act like Flirty Nadeko and make it a core part of herself that she can just use, then this will basically be what she means by drawing her again and never forgetting her. And she says, I will truthfully reflect my admirations. Yeah, because before she was envying her. So she was all about like, you know, I wish I had that and that. And I wish all those people would look at me like they look at Flirty Nadeko. And I was like, it has a more of a positive spin to it. Instead of like, I wish I had that. It's like, no. You inspire me to be like this. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how to phrase that, but that's how I'm taking that. Then we reunite with Ononoki. And then, oh yeah, more things about like atoning for past mistakes. About, you know, becoming a great mangaka. So coming back to this bookstore, and then we find out all the Bloomer Nadekos, and God Nadeko mass-produced them. I'm not exactly sure what the symbolism could be for this. Maybe someone who is just one part of Nadeko could never truly replicate. You know, it's a replica of a replica, a part of a part. There's even less of the true essence that is Nadeko in here. And then we have Nadeko gets the idea of redrawing the banks of Wrath Nadeko and making them the same as hers. Now, what exactly does that mean? I'm gonna guess that she's gonna evolve into another current Nadeko. And they're both kinda defeat God Nadeko. How? Who knows? But Ononoki uses unlimited rulebook. But like we already used up the only one use of it we had. And it only seemed to be able to, you know, just get God Nadeko out in the open. And get rid of some of the bloomer Nadekos. But yeah. That's where the episode ended. Woof. That was a lot of talking. But I think I got everything out that I wanted to say. So, yeah. Let's get started with episode 6. I'm really hyped about it. I saw some people comparing it to like Ogi Dark, Nekoshiru last episode, Koi last episode. So without further ado, let's get into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Chapter 27. Now here we go. Yes, there's 2 current Nadekos. So Wrath Nadeko did evolve. This is so cool. Ooh, the music. He's using the Bloomer Nadekos as cover. Oh boy. That looks pretty powerful. Oh shit. You're kidding! Those things are like hit missiles? Hit-seeking missiles? Oh, okay, damn. Damn. The Shikigami's gone. Now what? Wait! She also made copies of the Shikigami? So neither of them were the true current Nadeko. Damn it. But maybe she bought enough time. Look, she's smiling. So she must have done her job. Ah! Genius! Just like that. Wow! Hella smart, but also it took a lot less time than I thought it would. Now what the hell are we doing the rest of the episode? Oh yeah, I saw like a little preview image of Nadeko with Ogi in Araragi's yellow car. So I don't know what the hell that's about. But we're gonna find out. Because bro just left after he was like, oh yeah, I'll go look for God Nadeko didn't come back. So he's gonna come back after we resolve the whole thing. Yeah, so all of this, so Nadeko's in the opening. We're foreshadowing all the ones in the bookstore. Nadeko Draw, Part 5, Chapter 28. Yeah, haha. We used her own trick against her. Not exactly, but yeah, pretty close. Mm. Yo, that was so good. Yo. Yo, hella props for that. Really? I thought it was pretty good. Oh, yeah. Of course. Oh. Hmm. Oh? Sure. Oh. True. Oh? Chapter 29. Ah. Well, there's the car. Did he steal it? Did he borrow it? She's not gonna ask where he got the car? How does he know how to drive? Does he know how to drive simply because Araragi knows how to? I don't know anything. You're the one who knows. Hmm. Hmm. I don't remember. Hmm. Hmm. This is the first time I feel like she's admitted that out loud. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't put it that way. Hmm. Ooh. Ah. Hmm. Well, yeah. Hmm. That is true. She did really underestimate her. Just like everyone else did when she was like the. Ah. Oh, okay. Okay, the way she's explaining this, I really like it. Yeah, that is true. I don't really have any evidence of that. Oh. Hmm. So there's one Nadeko left, and that's where she's going. Right. Ah! He was wrong? Yo, she's using Rest Nadeko, implementing her onto herself. That was great. Even though it was also a comedic moment, there's definitely some meaning to that. Oh. Ooh. That frame, that shot. Make Nadeko in the reflection. Oh, the hug. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, she's disappearing. No, but she'll always be here. You did. Oh man. I I didn't say much for a lot of it, but I feel like you could tell I loved it. Unhappy. Anteto. Mm. ねえねえねえねえ、だってどうして戦ってるようなそんな気にするの Oh man. Oh, there's this Monogatari for you. Oh man, I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. But with this, Nadeko is definitely going up in the character rankings. Holy shit. At least 2 spots. Peace. Oh wait, oh my god, there's so much more time left. Or the punchline. Suki! Thank you. I appreciate it. But she did her best, knowing how Suki is. She's the Phoenix. Oh my god! Ew! Caca! It's her! What? She was actually in the shadow of someone else, aside from Araragi. Sure. Oh, I missed her. Oh my god. She's really talking to Nadeko so casually. She's being so friendly. What? Man, I guess I judged Shinobu wrongly. Ew. Unfortunate. Why? I love this. One of the people that she was thinking about, like, she regretted not being friendly with. Uh, mm. Is she gonna apologize? Oh. Okay. Bro. You have the memory of a goldfish or what? Oh. Another. Mm. Mm. Oh. Hateful individual. Huh, interesting response. Yeah. Peace, peace. No, let's hear them. Oh. Already? Will she pay though? I see. Oh, her personality? Oh my god, this really happened in one day. Sure, let's call it that. Hi, hi. わかりました。I hope so. Oh, that's a really pretty background. Oh, sorry. So she is getting paid. What do you know? I expected something like that. And I will be looking forward to it. Give me a second. That long after credit scene really didn't give me time to blow my nose, so that's what I just did. But yeah. Oh man. I really, really was not expecting that Shinobu scene. Like, it does feel, a little convenient for capping off Nadeko's character arc. For now. This feels very Nekoshiro in in regards to uh, being the climax of a character's development. Like, yeah, there's still more to come, but I don't think Nadeko will have like a big focused arc on her again like this one. But I could be wrong. With this, I feel like she's gone through, like she already had the climax of her character arc. And this was basically the resolution of it. I feel like there's a better word for it, but that's the one I can think of right now. But yeah, Shinobu, like just for this, we just find out that Shinobu can actually travel in the shadow of the other Araragis. So, okay, new established rule for her. So that gives her more freedom to interact with other characters that can't really interact with Araragi, or don't really get to do that as much as like they used to before. Kind of like Hatsikuji or Kambaru too as well. So who knows how frequently we're going to use this, but you know, it's there if Nishio-shin wants to. But yeah, man, it's so good hearing Sakamoto Maya as Shinobu again. But yeah, like, I was literally talking about that before the episode. Like, wouldn't Shinobu be a little resentful of Nadeko killing her over and over again, as well as Araragi? But here, she's just like, oh, water under the bridge. Like, we've known Araragi to do that before already, with people who've tried to kill him before. But Shinobu, not quite. So yeah, this was unexpected. But you know, I mean, I guess I didn't take into account her whole, like, yeah, I'm a vampire. I've died multiple times, even, you know, before you did it. After all, she does say to Araragi that most of her life was comprised of finding people like the vampire hunters. So it's just something that is like, it's whatever, you know. Basically, I did not take it personal. But at first I was like, does she really not remember that she was the one who told Nadeko about the whole, you know, like, you are cute and you just use your cuteness to use the people around you to never blame you for anything, except it's not a conscious decision. Like, I remember it's one of like the standout scenes for me in Nadeko Medusa. But I feel like she does remember, but she's basically saying in a roundabout way that she acknowledges the way that Nadeko has changed, just in this brief exchange that they've had. Also, I like, it is a little hard to ignore. I'm not sure how to take it, but yeah, it's kind of impressive that they not, well, rather that Shinobu, considering how, let's call it, she can be a bit harsh and bold. So I'm a little impressed that she didn't mention Araragi once. I feel like if there was anyone to talk about that, it would have been her. But I mean, we already had a big moment with her acknowledging it. With that beautiful sequence with Mik Nadeko in front of Naoetsu High School. That was the... I cannot think of the word. It's not resolution. But yeah. And also we had Noki basically explaining, yeah, go and recognize your skills. Already how competent you are. Not your Shikigami skills, but, you know, your mentality when dealing with that. So she's gonna send her into jobs that won't be too dangerous. And yeah, I'm gonna take that literally. Like, she's gonna actually give her money for that, so she can use that to keep on trying for her manga career. But yeah, at the beginning, also, so good. Like, after she explained how the plan was actually supposed to go, basically she wanted for either Wrath Nadeko or the other current Nadeko to be able to exercise God Nadeko. But in the end, it happened to be current Nadeko who had to do it. But at the end of the day, she still put herself, her life on the line, just in case that didn't happen. And basically, Ononoke explains why she is so different from God Nadeko, or at least the Shikigami, that used a whole wall of Nadekos to shield herself. Whereas this Nadeko just went out there. Being quite less powerful than her, she still went to confront her like that. The whole conversation about how she sees Meek Nadeko in the car with Ogi was really, really good. Even if I didn't agree with a lot of what she said, at least at the very beginning. Because, like, yeah, obviously, Nadeko, I don't think Meek Nadeko, let's say in that stage of her life, I don't think, she was someone who'd never made a mistake in her whole life. I don't think that. But at the same time, I don't think it's correct to say that she was at fault because she didn't. And stop her friends from being as bad as they were with her. And which ended up in them cursing her. Like, that's like, like, I understand why Nadeko would see it like that, trying to find faults. Even if I think there were faults, just not the ones that she's thinking. But yeah, the way she, like, basically analyzed how she saw Meek Nadeko while they were hunting her, yeah, I like that. It definitely does make me see how the Meek Nadeko in the swimsuit met her fate. It makes me feel better about it. Man, there's so much I could say about this scene with between current Nadeko and Meek Nadeko outside of Naoetsuhai. But really, like, I want to, but at the same time it's like, I feel like the scene speaks for itself, really. Plus, I feel like if I just start trying to analyze it, I'm gonna get emotional all over again. And I want to avoid it. But visually, it was stunning. And just everything that was coming from current Nadeko and Meek Nadeko's mouth, it was perfect. Like, nothing else to say. But yeah, the way that current Nadeko responded to Meek Nadeko being like, basically, like, does it not matter to you anymore that you had those feelings once upon a time? So, I think it was Harekawa that said so in Koi. Like, I don't think that Nadeko has ever truly liked Araragi or anyone else in her life like that. And I used to agree with that. But now this makes me hesitate. It could be that current Nadeko is just saying this to comfort Meek Nadeko. But I feel if that was the case, that might make it a little less meaningful, this part of the episode. I don't know, man. Nadeko is a complicated character. You could say, like, yeah, she, more than anything, she liked the feelings that she had, uh, or that she thought she had for Araragi, rather than actually liking Araragi. Because at the end of the day, like, she didn't really know him like that. So it's like, can she truly like him? You know? So what I'm getting from this is that not so much, you know, the love that he had for him as a person, rather the experiences that she gained from pining over him. That's what she'll treasure, and that's what she'll never forget, and look back on it fondly, and even use some of that whenever she finds someone that she likes in the future. I don't know. I feel like I'm not using the right words to really bring some justice to the way that what the scene conveys. But like, I just saw it, and I'm still being a little overwhelmed by how it made me feel. Maybe next week I'll be able to talk about it a little better. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to think about it a little more. But honestly, this might be like just straight up right now off the bat. This is definitely a top 10 Monogatari episode for me. It's crazy for me how much Nadeko grew on me as a character, and also just how good her writing is, how she's evolved as a person. It's insane. So much that you could make an arc such as this one. But yeah, the whole bait in her speech about, like, you cannot wait forever, like that, oh, that hit me right in the heart, bro. It's hard to explain, but also it gave me big Hanekawa vibes. You know, she had to save herself. She just couldn't wait for Araragi to be the one to save her, which is what she had been doing since she met him. So yeah, another parallel there, right there, with another character. But yeah, I think this is the best I can talk about this episode right now. But yeah, I loved it. I do not see another episode in this season topping it. But it's Mono, so it's definitely not impossible. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.